HaWah, HaWah, HaWah. What it do? 432. Contract at you, man. We right at it, man. This is an oldie but goodie, Gene Matlock. And I love looking at this book, especially with an indigenous perspective. So, let's just rock with it. From Khyber. And I love this Khyber because the Khyber is the Kavera and the Kavera is the Kibera. I'm going to give y'all like 10, 15-minute drops. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a lot of moving and flowing right now. But I at least got to come to y'all, give y'all at least these drops. Then we're going to get back into Who Was Prester John, part 165. A whole lot of work behind the scenes. I hope everybody's great. Hope you're reeling up. I got my library, man, so I'm gonna come back like I did off the balcony and just read with y'all. I just wanna read a little bit. Hope everybody's on and up, man. Like I said, it's an oldie but goodie classic. With an indigenous perspective, you know that this is India Superior. Just go look on the maps, go dig on it. I'm talking to my, man, this is the sixth wave, man. Drop is in Utah. Drop is building Joy World. We out here reeling up, man. Like, it's a whole new wave going on. Tribal music's coming back, more and more beautiful. Tribal mafias, what I'm saying, coming back stronger. So, with more experience, with more life experience, with more, what I'm saying, weight that we got to push up, it makes us stronger, it makes our lungs stronger. I'm still getting this elevation going on, this 6,000 feet. Going from sea level to 6,000 feet ain't no joke. But yeah, man. We at you, man. So I'm kicking this from the very top, and I think we're just gonna start with some figurines, and it's kind of interesting how some of this stuff is explained. But yeah, dig on Gene Matlock, and again, the Kavera is the Hebrew or the Hebrew or the Kibera, right? The Kibera is the Hebrew, is the Hebrew. This author thinks that India is India. We know that this is India, America's India. Not some remake, what I'm saying? Not some, oh, it was colonized by someone from India. This is India Superior for a reason. This is the land of Prester John. We got that perspective, so I'm not going to keep hitting you upside the head bone with it, but my advanced wave servers, you already know what's up. So with all that drop you got over the last 10 years, or if you're a brand new wave surfer, I appreciate y'all for joining the classroom. You'll get a whole lot more drop, and the waterfall, your your constant AHOP, your dedication, your donations. Please hit the links below if you want to continue to support during our transition and beyond. And just look forward to launching our new website and getting all our products flowing with y'all, especially the new drop slogans we're going to be coming with, man. So, hey, man, you are the book. Remember that one. Yeah, let's get the back. That's a good place to start. Then we'll just get a couple pages. And I'll just keep hitting y'all with a couple pages because, I got a lot of thoughts in my head. He says, the book describes how the non-Africanoids left ancient India and spread throughout the entire world. So you read it, you pause it, just like the old school, and you read it, man. Okay, pause it, read it. And right off the bat, now there's two ways to look at this non-Africanoid situation. One, he could be talking about just so-called black people, right? He could be just saying, hey, man, this book is saying that non-blacks, spread throughout the entire world. That's a very biased conclusion to come up with, not understanding that the whole world is us. We know that, right? So there's Nagas, from every part of the earth plane. So non-Africanoid, what you're trying to say, you're trying to eliminate a whole group of people while creating just enough, just like the David Lowe book, Forbidden Histories of America. They want to make it a Roman Jewish empire in America. When we know that's the Romani. The Romani means pomegranate. Those that, like Caleb and Joshua, had to get the pomegranates to prove that they're in the promised land. You know what I'm saying? Pomegranata Nagas. Pomegranatas, I call them pomegranatas, are the Romani, which they got the word Roman, which just means pomegranate. Or they'll say the Jewish Roman, well, we know Jewish is Judah. So these authors always try to leave a little slither to put themselves in to make some type of ancient so-called white history here. or to, create some type of narrative of, you know, the phenotype and the people who they're calling Native Americans, right? It's not the original spiral copper color Nagas found here. According to your 1828 Webster Dictionary, it's the copper color races found here. And copper is grandma's penny, and you already know what the OGs look like. Queen Khalifa look like, I'm saying? California look like. That's just the basics. So this book describes how the non-Africanoids left ancient India. Or we ain't from Africa. You know that we the indigenous Nagas, and that's what you're trying to say. But I think they're trying to eliminate us, man. One group, especially an Indian caste of miners, traders, and international sailors, right? Sounds like that more on more flow. Known as the Keberis or the Keebers. And later they're going to say not known to us as Phoenicians and Jews. So they're connecting. This is why they can't say Africanoid, even though they got the Limba tribes and the Igbo tribes and different tribes that do claim to be Judah and Hebrews in Africa, right? There's many tribes claiming that they are the tribes of Israel as well in Africa. So that's already being accepted even by the state of Israel. But this author don't want to leave no slither for you Nagas to say, nah, we are the Hebrews that you just found here in America. That's a very simple way of saying it, but they can't do that. They can give you some drop, and they're going to give you a whole lot of hijack, a whole lot of 440. So again, known as the Keberis, right? Keberis, or Kibri. Now the Kibri is also the Khyber, right? Which they got Kavera on these maps over India Superior, as well as what? Anion or Hanan, right? Hanan, Kanan, Anion, Anna, Hannah, all that's the same thing. And the Kiva or Kyber is also like the Star Wars Kyber crystals to make the, lightsabers. Kyber is also cyber. So whether you put a C or a K, you see how it could change the whole connotation, right? But it's just their way of hiding things, man. The Kyber is the cyber. All right, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So let's go. Oh, hold on. Let me get the rest of this. Oh, could I say it right here? All right, so these miners, traders, sailors, right? Known as the Kebetis, the Kebers, known as Phoenicians or Jews, left variations of the word Khyber or Keber in every crook and cranny of the world. Even to this day, we use a Greek word for everywhere, Kyber, C-Y-B-E-R, Keber, or cybernetics or cyberspace. You see how they put all that together? Cyberspace is the Kyber, and the Kyber is also the copper. Copper, Caperi, Capernaum, all the biblical names, Capernaum, the Greek Kappa, right, is all, Kyber is all, Keber is all, Kibera, Heber, all that. Heber, Heber is Quivera, is all that. You know what I'm saying? Whether you put the Q, the C, or the K, my nigga, you got the dragonfly perspective. It says when India ruled the world, well, guess what? This is India Superior, and it's the land of King David, the land of Prester John. So you already know what they really getting at is that India Superior, or the land of Prester John, or the kingdom of Judah, got the scepter. Like the book of Genesis says, the scepter will never depart from Judah. So, you know what I'm saying? India Superior does rule the world. But the whole world went against the cons right here, the superior Nagas in India Superior. Started calling us black, started calling us color, not copper color, right? Just color, right? So, yeah, but just like prophecy, we've been called bywords and all this stuff. This word is found all over the Americas, Europe and Middle East, the Near East, the Far East. Remember, you're in the farthest India, which means you're in the farthest East. They flipped the map, man. The Mercator projection got flipped, right? So you're in the Far East, you're in the furthest Orient, right? You are the Oriental, my naga. You're in the furthest India. Let's go. What's Middle East? Near East, Far East, Africa, China, Malaya, Australia, or wherever, some writers have said that the spread of the Kebers, Phoenicians and Jews, right? The Kebers is the Hebrews. On this earth could be compared with some special group from Earth occupying every planet in the galaxy. Well, you know you ain't on a spinning ball, so every plane is occupied by Unagas that they're calling the ones that cross over, or the Ibaru, or the Ibari, or the Kiber, Corvetta, or the Anion, or the Ananites, or the Hananites, or they put a C in front of the H's, Canaanite, Con. And then they got their biblical Canaanite from the Ham flow, and then they mix both things together. Oh, you're Canaanites. What you mean Ananites? Hananites? Hannah? Anion? That's crazy though, right? With some special group from Earth occupying every planet of the galaxy. That's crazy. When you finish this book, you'll never again see the American Southwest or the rest of the world in the same way, man. And now I'm in Judah, man. Now I'm in Utah, so I'm right here in the Southwest, man. Great chapters here. We're just gonna jump into it and just look at some of these pictures they got, and then we'll go deeper, man. We'll go deeper. Yeah, they got a lot of dropping here. I just want to jump into some of these, man. You know, look at that picture of the Jewish sailor. Just look at this brother right here, man. Look at his noggin, man. This is their noggin. This the Phoenician, right? This the Keber, right? Look at his noggin. All right, man. And I'm belly flopping a little bit, but pause it, read it on this figure 24. It says the Aztec Tezcatlipoca, with what seems to be a hunchback, a clubfoot, a flute, a money bag, a long sash hanging between his legs, and a sun shield. What more proof do you want that the Tezcatlipoca was the Hindu Kuberi Yaksha himself? The Kubera, is who they call this Phoenician king, which you get the word Cuba from, but it's still the same Capernaum, it's still the same copper, it's still the same Capri, it's still the same Hebrew, or Quavera. Like it says, variations of the Kaberi is the Keber or the Hebrew. Ka, Hebrew. So when they talk about Kyber, they talk about you, Hebrew. Where? Arizona, right? Grand Canyon is the Grand Con, right? Canyon. The Yan is like Johannes, is like the John, is the one. So it's the Grand Con John, or the priest king, or the place of Prester John. I mean, they got 1 million acres blocked off around the Grand Canyon for a reason, my man. Just looking at some of these pictures, man. Man. So the Keberi is the Heber, is the Keber, is the Quavera personages, really the Hebrews, Phoenicians and Jews, or Hindu, right? Hindu or India Superior. Yadavas is also the Yudah. Hebrew, really the Hebrews. Man. And they're calling this a Sumerian or Phoenician statue. Who's this nigga, right? Dang. I'm just looking at this with fresh eyes, man. It's been a minute. I like what it says here in figure 2021. I'll leave this one for the dismount. I told you I'm going to do it around 15 minutes. It says Kubera, also known as Kuba, was a devil-may-care god of good fortune. They just throwing stuff out. Devil-may-care? What the heck? Look at it. Y'all tell me what this means in the comment. Devil-may-care. Because they like to call us, devils and savages, and they call our dragons demons, right? All this stuff. So they're always demonizing. And a lot of the Hindu flow or Hindu flow is just like, in many cases, demonizing our prophets or whatnot. So you got Sheba, prophetess Sheba. You know, Queen Sheba becomes a Shiva situation, some type of god of destruction, right? So, but if Sheba is Khalifa and Khalifa's riding these dragons, burning down the hijack, in their eyes, she's a goddess of destruction. She's burning everything down. You know what I'm saying? You got to see it. Our dragons to them are about destruction. To us, we dragon riders. It's all good. We just surfing away. But again, pause it, read, man. This is dope. You know, look at all this, man. Pause all this, man. We're gonna get more. I have more time. I'm gonna kick it with y'all, man. I got y'all. I got y'all drop nation. We've been doing this for 10 years plus. 432, right off the balcony. I ain't never left y'all. Y'all see me transition. Y'all see me flowing. Talking about Judah all this time. Now I got my whole family in Utah all getting established. Established. So we ain't talking about it. We being about it. We living on our land. We getting our water rights. Where we got our water rights. We building our well, finishing our fence. We doing it. Like, we ain't talking about it. And all your support, you know what I'm saying, it's been well placed, and all praise the while, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I'm just grateful for all my Nagas that have been so loving and patient and caring and prayerful, man. Just, you know, really surrounding my family with love and protection all these years. And we're going to do the same for y'all, you know what I'm saying? So we here, man, running point, you know, in this city. You running point in your city. And then we can connect our cities and have a beautiful grid together. So Kubera, also known as Cuba, they call devil may care, god of good fortune. How you gonna be a devil may care, god of good fortune? Can y'all make this make sense? How you gonna be a devil but a god of good fortune? It's crazy. The Hopis worship Kubera under his name Kokopelli. In India, he was called Kakuba Pali. Kubera was a sexually promiscuous dwarf with a humpback six. You see what I'm saying? So they turn our priests and prophets into their gods of this and gods of this, and you're gonna make them a dwarf god with 6 toes and try to, you know what I'm saying, mutilate him and turn him into something, you know what I mean? Like, this is what they do, is what I'm saying. All these places, man, last thing I'm gonna say is all of them are down with the incubator baby drop. You know what I'm saying? I think every place had their incubators popping off to repopulate these areas. The people in India repopulated to give you a different version of the people in India. China did the same thing. Japan did the same thing. You know, Europe did the same thing. Australia did. And you know, America and these orphan trains did the same thing. And then they demonized the original and turn it into these crazy guys because they know they're trying to draw power off the original while still, you know what I'm saying, like emasculating and turning it into some type of dwarf, humpback dwarf, 6 toes and 3 legs. He also carried a treasure bag in one hand, so he's rich. He got the drop, he got the gold, but you gotta, you know, turn him into some type of thing, right? The Hopi Kubera or Kokopelli was this promiscuous dwarf, humpback 6 toes who carried a treasure bag in one hand. However, instead of a 3rd leg, I'm not even gonna read it, man. I'm out of here, boss. Look how they try to take your private parts and turn it into, you know, they playing. Because to them, their jealousy and their hatred, you know what I'm saying, causes them to look at a Naga's endowments, right, and then turn it into some type of savagery. Oh, his privates were his 3rd leg. So his 6 legs was that, you know, the other part was his private part. That's crazy, man. I never took the time to read all this, you know, all the fine print, man, but y'all see why we got to come back to this. And, you know, the Hopis got the blue kachina, red kachina flow. Since the Hopis also had a male Yashagana performers as the Hindus do. However, they called them Kashinas or Kishnas. Back to the Krishna flow, right? The Kashina dancers also became the deities they represent. So they started worshiping every part of us. We started going off worshiping false idols, and then they turned us into their false idols. You know what I'm saying? They started worshiping our royals, our kings, our queens, our priests. And like the Hindus, they perform these dances, songs, rituals 8 months a year, December until July. We're going to get more into this, man. Back to that Shiva flow, just looking at figure 13 here. And I'll show you the pictures too. But since the Hindus say that everyone in the world once worshipped their god Shiva, known as Yah, or Yahweh, or Jehovah. And again, they can't say the Most High's name. So all they can do is flip it. J, there ain't no J, right? Then we know Yah. It's just an exclamation of defiance, according to etymology. So it's Wah. We know that. They can't play with HaWah. So they got their versions of this Yah, or their Jah, or their Jehovah, and they want to connect that with their Shiva, which you can connect that back to their Mercury and their Jupiter and all their crap, man. Saturn and all that. All these words just meant leader, chieftain. So is the creator's name leader or chief, or is it the existence, the breath, right? So that's how you catch him. Therefore, our Jehovah was just a man. So they took that and came to the conclusion that the creator is just a man, just because the word they use to describe it just meant a leader or a chief. So you ain't talking about the Most High over everything if it's just a man. And that's why they made JC a man, right? He's just, dang, I'm learning too. I'm learning too. Man, that's all I'm gonna get you right. I told y'all 15 minutes. It's hard to do that, but I'll be back with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep surfing the wave and Drops Corner, getting the drop, you know, drip by drip, man. I appreciate everybody in Drop Nation. Stay up, suit up, choose up, halal. Wah! Shalom.